Welcome back, guys. It's Hybrid Spectre. I know, it's crazy, right? I'm actually back. No, I'm not dead. Started a new job, so that's cool. I quit the food service industry because food service actually sucks. And I'm happy where I'm at, and I actually got time now. And as promised, I said the lore videos would return. And they are. And I've actually had time to actually sit down and play and start collecting the lore books. So I figured, let's start with Regarding Stasis. I just went through it, feeling pretty good about it. So, and I'm going to take some of your advice about splitting up the chapters, and that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to do that so it all flows together nicely. So, without further ado, Regarding Stasis. To Ikora Ray. Ikora, when first approached to enlist in your network of hidden, I was reticent. I had placed my faith in others previously, and it had led me to the most arduous period of my life. When I emerged, hardly anyone trusted me. Rarely did others see value in me, except you. You have always remained an ally without my asking. I am asking now. The darkness's arrival ushers in a new age, and with it, the revelation of Stasis. We must seize this opportunity before it is too late. This collapse now escalates. Our enemies' agendas advance, and we are losing. The Vanguard has played its part in bringing us to this stage, but Zavala is stalwart and far too stringent in his ways. He will never permit us to wield the darkness in service of the light. I know this journey into darkness is dangerous and unprecedented. You and I know few have tried, and even fewer have lived. We will become the exception. It's an audacious claim, surely uttered by easily corrupted fools, but it is one I intend to see through. I know what they are saying. They fear what I will become. Help me to assuage those fears. I am in control. I have touched darkness, and I have seen its plans for us. Do not trust it or its messages of peace and salvation. Stasis is not a gift. It is a tool, one that can be molded to fit our needs, and I have seen how to manipulate it for our gain. The surge of power can be overwhelming and tempting to give into, but my will is strong and brighter than the darkest of nights. I have dug in, carved new paths, and found sinew reserves in myself long thought depleted. We can win, Ikora, if we wield this tool correctly. We can prevent being overcome from attacks on all fronts. We can rid the world of Savathun and the blight of the Hive. Consider that. Nothing will dare stand against us when we command the dark and light. You believed in Osiris' teachings of balance once. Do not tell me you falter now. I know you are wavering. This is an opportunity to find meaning and purpose the Vanguard hasn't provided. The foundations you helped lay will provide stability, but they must be built upon. I need you to help preserve the ideals we have been fighting for, now more than ever before. You can allay those opposed and convince them of our efforts. Be the bridge to usher in the misled. Stand with me. Together, we will achieve balance. To Zavala. Zavala, our world has changed, and the people of the last city look to you, to the Vanguard, for leadership. We have come face to face with that which we have feared and condemned for so long. New insights have been discovered, and knowledge once thought unattainable has been gained. There is an untapped potential in Stasis for us to be greater than the sum of our parts, yet the Vanguard remains stagnant in its unwavering crusade against the darkness. You believe we must destroy the darkness. We cannot. We should not. We must use it. Learn its power. We have a chance to show our strength in the face of utter calamity. Make no mistake, the new collapse has arrived. Stasis is the key to enduring it. Our enemies will come from all sides, but the balance will see us through. We simply cannot win this fight on firepower alone. If that were the case, the war mind would not be reduced to a boneless heap of machine parts. I know what you think of us. The drifter, a nuisance. The stranger, an unknown quantity. I am also aware of the impossible feat of fully earning your trust. Your trust is a luxury, yet I have been ever ready to serve and support Vanguard efforts throughout your tenure. Never once have I led you astray. Believe me when I tell you that this is the only way forward. We are doing what is required to win this fight. Now is not the time for staunch biases. It is time to end the old guard. There is a new calling. Whether you answer it or not, you do not have to embrace it, but do not stand in our way. We will move on, with or without you. What you reason to gain by holding on to antiquated ideas is nothing compared to what we will lose if we do not fight back against those who use the darkness by employing any means necessary. If we do not, we will surely face complete annihilation. To my queen, your absence during this time is distressing. I am certain the efforts on your front are not in vain, though I must inform you that our situation is evolving rapidly. Your guidance and support are greatly missed. We have made substantial and irrevocable progress into our understanding of the darkness. Its wants, desires, and needs become clear each passing day. I have much to share with you, though I am concerned you will be displeased by the means with which we have obtained the information. Before word reaches you that Eris Morn has been compromised, I will tell you myself. I am fighting the darkness, using darkness itself. It is vital to me that you know beyond any doubt that I am of sound mind and body, and our agreement stands. While I use darkness to combat it, my focus remains steady. I know there are threats far greater assailing us on all fronts. We must strike back in measure, and this is my part, my front. For left unchecked, Savathun will become the greatest threat of them all. When I encountered her last, she demeaned me, tried to use my friends against me, and rob me of my strength. She has no idea how powerful I have become. I will see her end firsthand. I acknowledge there is a great anger in me. I know the darkness would sooner exploit my rage than grant me serenity. I will not dishonor our friendship with lies. It is hard to control my emotions. I feel the temptation to give in. I urge you not to condemn me. You know what I have seen, what I have been through. I am not one for reckless abandon. Though this may seem a last resort, I have unveiled a great potential for us all. While I have received resistance from the vanguard, more are joining our ranks. Soon, we will wield the power we need to stave off the odious minions of the darkness permanently. Soon, the Witch Queen will feel my wrath. Soon there will be peace. I hope when you return, it is to a world without strife. For now, I ask that you continue to believe in me. Your support has remained a beacon in the most trying of times, and were it to extinguish, I fear what would ensnare me. I am sure you are frightened and appalled by these developments, but I assure you that this is for the greater good. While you may disapprove my methods, know that the ends will justify the means. To the stranger. Stranger, you raise a great deal of suspicion in your ways, and your words harbor the weight of someone who has witnessed more than they let on. As one who has seen through the darkness and into the void, I too know how to conceal unbearable truths. Know this. Truth is eternal. Run from it as long as you can. It will catch up. You speak of events that have not come to pass with a certainty that unsettles my mind, yet your purpose here feels obfuscated and opaque. Secrecy will not galvanize our cause. It will fester and rot away our cores until our enemies eviscerate our hollowed and putrid husks. Occasionally, I sense you may be afraid of the future, the past, of me. Share your secrets, for then there will be nothing to fear, and the darkness will have one less weakness to exploit against us. Drifter raises other concerns about our coalition. I sense our allegiance to be a precarious one, each of us out of our element, though we will stand to lose far more than we gain through betrayal. If our dedication to the cause does not waver, we will see the other side of this collapse. The bonds we have formed outside of our alliance must not break. We must continue our efforts to convince those opposed to our work that it will be the foundation for our preservation. Our hope lies in a collective unity though we must also ensure that none shall inhibit our growth or progress, no matter where the opposition lies. I fear for what that entails. I too have trepidations regarding the path we are on. Even as I feel our power swell, there is still temptation rife with destructive potency and stasis. What else could it unlock inside of us? In these unorthodox times, I look to the darkness in our enemies, see how it empowers them while it toys with us. Oryx would never have led the Taken without its guidance. Aramis' army has been a vile, deadly force to its influence. We should learn from their examples. It will subjugate us all if we allow it, so we must spread our message of balance through the dark. We must show our control, or we too will be lost in the shadow it casts. Now is the time to rise up and take command. Use its power to eliminate the puppets in its grasp. If we are successful in our instruction, through discipline, Guardians will harness the long-dormant power within without fear of corruption. They will listen to you, stranger, as they have before. Be their lodestar of hope. That is our path to eradicating those who misuse the darkness. Through our singular focus and unparalleled strength, our enemies will fall by our hand, and the unending night will give way to dawn not seen since the Golden Age. Is that not what we are fighting for? To the Drifter. Drifter, while your presence is often irritating and your odor repellent, you have proved yourself quite knowledgeable regarding our foes. As darkness appeared, you did not flinch. Your assistance during its arrival was greatly appreciated. Under normal circumstances, I would belittle you and tell you how one such as yourself is unworthy for the position you find yourself in. But nothing is normal during these times, and I accept any ally willing to see past the antiquated philosophy we have sustained ourselves on for so long. You too acknowledge the need for balance during this time of extremes. Need I remind you, our actions must reflect this. Your unpredictable nature has no place here. We must remain steady in our convictions no matter what the Vanguard or the Guardians say. Keep your ears open. Should forces gather against us, it is paramount that we outmaneuver any counter to our plans. We are both accustomed to working alone. For this effort to be successful, we must cast aside selfish intentions and find common ground. Alone, we will collapse under the weight of this undertaking, and the darkness knows how to exploit weakness. I know you feel it as well, the power Stasis brings. Does it frighten you? Even though I believe my grasp stronger than yours, I do not have any illusions regarding the darkness. It will tear through your lack of conviction faster than you can abandon the cause. I am curious, however, as to your feelings toward the stranger. You appear as a creature of instincts, and mine remain sharp. I am nagged by the sensation that she is not being entirely forthcoming, and much of her information is shrouded in speculative riddles. I believe her intentions are true, but I cannot separate myself from the uncertainty I feel. Where does your confidence lie? I suspect you do not trust anyone, myself included. Perhaps that is a trait worth adopting. We will be tested in ways we are not prepared for. I hope you see the gravity of our charge, despite your consistent mockery and cynicism. This is no time for humor, though you may not have the capacity to process your emotions without it. It is wise to keep your comments to yourself. Invest in a journal for reflection when times are lighter. And lastly, I ask you to refrain from referring to me as moon dust. Perhaps then I can overcome citing you as rat. To Osiris. Osiris, I fear this letter may never reach you, old friend. Your disappearance is as mysterious and unexplained as the loss of the planets we suffered. I write to you because we are in the midst of a new era. You predicted this turning point long before it was on the horizon, and we are in need of your wisdom, now more than ever. You will be pleased or mortified to know that you were correct. Balance is the only true way. You have seen the scales tip firsthand. too much in either direction has never resulted in the harmony we hope to achieve. The Vanguard is dubious of our intent and ability, fearing corruption and displacement. They do not trust me. You were held in similar contempt for speaking your truth and empowering free thought. You know what it feels like to be chastised and labeled a traitor. We are mere steps away from a disintegration of our institutions, and we cannot see destruction staring them, and they cannot see destruction staring them in the face. We have been manipulated from all sides. Savathun has played the darkness as an instrument of deceit, while the Vanguard has used the light to blind us. There was power in between, kept from our grasp. No longer. Ikora wavers. She stares at the precipice, unwilling to fall into the abyss. We can no longer wait for her to make a choice. While it pains me greatly, this is not the time for personal feelings to factor into actions. I have allied myself with those branded unsavory and have taken the power of the darkness holds to oppose it. It cannot oppress that which it does not control. For so long we have clung to the light, denying the strength offered by the dark. By using Stasis, we will end this war. We see this contest for what it truly is, a game played by our adversaries, and we have been the pawns. We are pawns no more. This is not a battle I want to wage without you, although we may not have a choice in the matter. Wherever you may be, please come back to us. To Asher Mir. Asher, my Jensum scribe, this communication shall go undelivered, along with others that never found their destination. I feel guilt, pain, anger. I am sorry I was not there for you at your final hours. What you must have felt, knowing you were facing the certain end. I hope the majesty of Io and the sacred land of the cradle provided some comfort where I could not. Your affliction was ravaging you. This is known. After all your suffering, perhaps you welcome death. In a way, I envy you. To know tranquility, to discover what awaits us on the other side of this fight, beyond the torment. That does not excuse my absence, for which I struggle to forgive myself. I will never forget how you cared for me after my escape from the Hellmouth. You provided me with hope after I had lost all, and compassion when I believed I deserved none. You made me feel myself again. I have stolen strength from the darkness, imagining it would lead to a changed world after all this. There would be peace, a cure for you, a warm cup of jasmine tea between old friends. It was an end that justified the means. I make a solemn vow today to you, Asher. I will have our revenge. I am powerful beyond our enemy's anticipation. The abominable hive will be exterminated, and Savathun's illusions of sovereignty will be broken. The vile family line will end with the Witch Queen. I will not stop there. The Vex will have their day. I will scream your name so it echoes for eternity as I banish them in time to rust and decay and be forgotten. Our enemies sought to corrupt us from the inside. They believed us compromised and invaded, but our infections will be healed through my actions. They were unaware that we were siphoning knowledge. We are the infections now, and we will rot them out. Too many of my friends have disappeared. Paranoia warns me that more will follow. I must act quickly. Your legacy will not be forgotten, and your work will fuel the eventual Vex deletion. I will see a monument built in your honor. Rest assured, till our light shines together again. To the Witch Queen. You believed yourself clever, unassailable, and omniscient. For too long you were. Manipulating and pulling at our strings, howling at our failings. The Black Needle punctured our deficiencies, injecting fear and doubt into our cause. You have grown greedy, witch. Your ambition has forced you to overextend your reach. You have revealed your weaknesses, and through Stasis, I have become powerful enough to rid us of your curse on existence. We control the darkness and the light now, and it will be your undoing. Your hands are wet with the blood of my allies. I have not forgotten the suffering your meddling has caused. We saw you, the puppet master behind Oryx's plot. We heard your screams as Crota met his end. Your cowardice will conceal you no longer. I am coming for you. I will be your end, as your elders before you and your progeny after you fall, and all that surrounds you crumbles. Eris Morn will stand in front of you, smiling as I wipe your name from the pantheon of gods. You will suffer a humiliating defeat as your power dwindles and your influence withers. We will laugh at your demise. You will become a fascination. Children will sing songs and tell cautionary tales of the old witch whose avarice deprived her of her desires. You will fade into fable and eventually nothing, a bygone dream of pains no more. Do you understand this clearly, Savathun? We are no longer forced to endure your torture. There is no veil for you to hide behind. We see you plainly. Your orchestration has led to too many foul notes. All your attempts to subjugate this power have failed. You are a plague, and we are the cure. Your army will be eradicated, and the hive will be a layer of dust cushioning our footsteps. Trust me, you will hate it. I find myself giddy at these thoughts. Revenge suits me, it seems. I no longer know fear. I am overcome with certainty. When next we come face to face, I will remove the bandages that shield me, so I may see you for all you are and all you are not. And you will see me and know that the fire that burns behind my eyes will be your oblivion, suffocating and searing you to ash. Prepare yourself. I am your ruin. To all Guardians. Guardians, discontent and skepticism permeate our allies and corrode our bonds. I am certain the rumors that circulate in the tower have found their way to you. Eris Morn has been compromised, corrupted by the darkness. You and I know that could not be further from reality. You have stood by me, and we have been empowered, enlightened, and vivified. We have struck a balance. There is much that you already are aware of. You have seen how the darkness does not seek to subjugate as the light does not. They are tools. They are choices. They are made to be commanded and controlled. This is clear now. Along the path, you have been the only consistent allies worth trusting. I have my doubts about the stranger, and similarly, the drifter. If they fail us, or worse, attempt to deceive us, we will have to continue on without their support. I do not fear that possibility. As long as we are together, we will be unstoppable. We can recover what has been stolen from us and procure retribution for that which is irreparable. We finally have control over the darkness and can use it against those who seek to destroy us. All of us now have the means to persevere and win this war. Any Cabal insurrection will be thwarted before it's allowed to endanger. The Vex will be banished to some forgotten time. The fallen will surrender or perish. And what of Savathun and her forces? They will bend until they break into decomposing pieces of refuse. Stasis provides an answer to where we have fallen short previously. Use this power, with me, to abolish our foes and prevent what our forebears could not. The next collapse is here, and we must abandon our previous misconceptions of right and wrong. You are aware of the stakes, so I will leave you with a word of warning. The new collapse did not come from the darkness alone. It comes from all around. It comes from within. And the assault has already begun. This campaign is far from over, so there is much to prepare for. We will be the masters of our fates once more. I cannot wage this war alone. I need you. All of you. I know what I ask, for you to face the unknown. Use forces beyond our comprehension. This is a world of uncertainty, yet it remains clear. Wielding the darkness with righteous intent will be our true salvation. Will we unite? So that is regarding Stasis. So, I listened to my Witch Queen there. I think it sounded a little cringy. I'm just going to be frank with you. I think it sounded a little cringy there. I didn't intend for my voice to growl that like that. It just sort of happened that way because I was in the moment. I was really in the moment because you can really see the venom that Eris feels towards Savathun. So I got really into that, and I wanted to reflect that. So I think the growl that was in my voice was a little cringy, but I don't know. Tell me what you think about it, because I think it's cringy, though. I'm not too proud of that, though. But, I mean, I had to reflect it somehow, and that's just how it came, and I really didn't want to redo it because it just I thought it fit. Anyways, so yeah, that's regarding Stasis. I'm glad to give you guys a lore video that I haven't been able to give you guys in such a long time. I'll try to get another one together for you, and yeah, I will see you guys in the next one.